And a hell of a year.
You ain't kidding.
Revisiting some of the couples, some of the folks that really made an impression on us in all of the second date updates we did. And this goes back to March. This is before the shutdown. So Courtney is looking for a second date update today. Good morning, Courtney.
Good morning. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. Have you ever been on our show before? Have you done a second date update, or is this your first one?
No, this is my first one.
Okay. Well, welcome. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
It does. Are you sensing that we've been getting some repeat offenders here? Or
well,
I'm like, wow, how often does that happen?
No, it was just a familiar name, and I feel like I just spoke with Courtney recently. And maybe I'm making that up in my head.
And you were like, oh, honey, not again.
Right. Right. But if you would take us from the beginning and tell us how you met Dennis and how that first date went, that would be great.
Okay. So I met him online, which I feel like everybody meets everybody online these days. Mm-hmm. And we chatted back and forth for a couple weeks, and then I finally decided just to invite him over for dinner to my house. Yeah, so
that's creative. That's kind of cool.
I like that. Jeff, of course, would like that. I think, would that be your favorite ultimate dog?
Yeah,
night?
I'm immediately in.
Yeah.
Well, good. I did something right.
Yeah.
And I am a cook, and I love cooking for people. So after talking to him, he told me that he loves Italian and he has a sweet tooth. So super excited since Italian is my favorite thing to cook. And my best friend is a pastry chef.
Oh, wow. This just keeps getting better.
Yeah,
I kind of want to date you.
Come on over.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, I asked my friend to do her 7-layer chocolate cake.
I'm in.
Decadent.
See, now you got me too.
Oh, it's
we all.
so good.
You are so hot.
So that was delicious. He also seemed to really enjoy the carbonara I made for him. And he told me how much he liked it, and he seemed genuinely enthusiastic about it.
That's not easy to make.
But I don't know, I felt like our conversations were good, nothing too awkward, and lots of things in common, and we laughed a lot, and I thought that there was chemistry, and he gave me a big hug before he left, and he could not stop talking about how much he enjoyed the dinner, and I totally thought I'd be cooking for him again soon, and it's been a week now, and he hasn't called me, and I just want to know why.
He's got to be dead in a ditch somewhere. I can't imagine.
Would you? Do you know how awful you would feel if that actually were the case?
I feel awful now. I mean, this is a terrible travesty what's happening here. You know, you cook someone a dinner like that. You provide a feast like that with the skills she has, the connections she has. What the hell's wrong with this person? He's got to be in a ditch somewhere.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I don't know.
And we know he loved it because he was raving about it the whole time. So why would he just suddenly disappear?
I have no idea. I need your help.
All right. And there were no tips, no clues, nothing you picked up on that might indicate resistance or something there. You think he's got a wife or a girlfriend or a family living on the other side of the world? I don't know.
No, I mean, I feel like we chatted pretty thoroughly before we decided to meet up, and I trusted him enough to invite him over to my house, and I got no weird vibes. All good stuff.
All good vibes.
That's why it's so confusing.
All right, we like good vibes. Let's do this. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to make an attempt to call Dennis and see what is wrong with this man.
He's obviously delusional.
He must be. There must be something wrong. We may have to report a missing adult. Coming up next, the second date update continues here at Cincinnati's Q102. All right, well, Courtney meets this guy online, invites him over for dinner. She cooks this amazing feast, and he just completely disappears, which, may not seem like it's all that unusual. But if you heard what this lady made, I mean, this is...
Jeff's ready to get married again.
It'd be like living at Nicola's.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Everything seemed great. They seemed to get along. He seemed to love the meal. So let's call Dennis and see what the heck is going on. Anything else that you've thought of, Courtney, that we need to know before we call this guy?
No, I think I've covered everything.
Okay.
This is Dennis.
Well, he's alive.
That's something.
Thank God you've answered.
Who is this?
It's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How you doing this morning? Everything okay?
I know you guys.
Like
you know
personally?
Us?
Like we're friends?
Yeah, I actually met Jeff at Kroger last year.
Oh.
I was there with my mom, and she recognized his voice.
I actually remember that.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
A mother and
She
son
really
combination
loved
at the
it.
Krog?
Yeah, well, it's just not something like, an older guy with his mom.
My mom really loves you guys, and if you're calling me for one of those second date updates, I'm going to be in big trouble with her for not calling someone back.
You're in big trouble with me, pal.
Yeah,
how
Jeff
do you-
doesn't understand this
How do
at
you walk
all.
away from a feast like that and not at least, give a girl a phone call, at least a follow-up?
Look, I did go on a really weird date, and it's been hard not to call her back.
It's not like you got to marry the woman, but my goodness,
But have a meal for God's sake.
at least some acknowledgement. Hey, that was fantastic. I don't know that we're necessarily compatible.
I don't know. I definitely should have called her back. I don't know if I should say it. If anything, just for the food.
How was that cake?
Let's get to the real logistics of what happened on the date.
Talk about
man,
How was the food?
the food is delicious. She made this carbonara. That's one of my favorites
Yeah.
to die for. And the cake was one of my favorite things I've ever had.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
She said you were raving about it.
I loved it. But I wish everything else... I don't want to... It was a great time. I don't want to say anything bad about it. I just wish everything else wouldn't have been so weird. I'd love to eat again.
It sounds amazing. Let's talk about, though, the weirdness that you keep referring to. So you had this great dinner. She sounds
Right.
lovely. She seemed to think you two were hitting it off. What was going on with you?
So what happened was, I get to her house, and there's a note to come in, lock the door, and go into this room and shut the door. We didn't talk about this previously, like what the specifics. I had no clue what I was in for. I thought, I don't know, maybe some crazy sex game or something really off the wall. But I don't know. I was only a little nervous that she might be a serial killer. But she wanted us to have the date without us actually seeing each other and being distracted by our appearances.
Really?
Like Love is
So
Blind. Like the show,
Yeah.
the Netflix show.
That's what she was thinking. So I guess she thought, I don't know. No, I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if it was anything like that. But I spent 90 minutes talking to her through a closed door.
Through a closed door?
Through a closed door.
Oh, this
I
is
thought maybe she'd make you wear a
interesting.
blindfold or something. So you're not even in the same room with her?
Well, she doesn't want to
No.
see him either.
That's
Right.
how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to see each other. You're supposed to just have these the show is like you have these really amazing conversations through a wall and you don't see each other because it's like an experiment to see if you would really
How much
like
does
each
your
other.
appearance affect your...
Yeah.
Okay.
How real
Yeah.
will you get with conversation?
I was imagining like the two people were blindfolded or something.
No.
I guess I see.
Because that makes it hard to eat, too.
Yeah,
when you're
logistically,
That's what I was
blindfolded.
going to say. They eat and drink and do everything they call it a pod, but whatever.
Okay.
This is interesting though.
So, I'm kind of into this so far. It sounds kind of interesting. Weird, but interesting.
So how was the conversation through the closed door?
Yeah.
I mean, did you get along? Did you click? Did you have anything in common?
Yeah, we got along really well.
Did you ever settle into it, or was it awkward and uncomfortable for the entire hour and a half talking through the door?
I mean, no, it was uncomfortable at first. I get weirded out by these kinds of things. I thought I was up to it more than I ended up being, but I got into it, and eventually the conversation turned, intimate and relaxed. I guess I couldn't shake the initial feeling of it all.
Was there ever a reveal, or did you have to spend the entire time separated from this woman
No.
by a wall?
After a while, we got to meet, and she had music playing. There was balloons. I mean, had a whole setup for me, and then when I saw her, she was really attractive. I thought I could have spent that whole time looking at her.
Well, what the heck is the problem then? I mean, you seem to connect before you laid eyes on her, and then you do meet her in person, and she's beautiful, obviously romantic. What's the issue?
I guess I don't know. I just never had done that before. It felt weird. It felt like I had to. It felt too new. She just seemed more. She seemed more confident about it than I was. I don't know.
What do you mean? Like, is this setting a tone for how the relationship is always going to be, where we always have to do like these elaborate things? Like, will we ever be able to relax?
Is everything a big production?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it. It just doesn't, I don't know if I can, I don't know. I guess she's just more creative than I am.
Yeah. What I think is cool, Courtney, is how unique and different and kind of sexy and romantic that is. And I can see how some guys would hear that and say, that would be hard to sustain.
What are the
over a long period of
expectations
time.
on your part?
Right.
Oh, that was just a one-time, like, fun thing that I wanted to do. There's no expectation or pressure or anything like that. I just thought that would be a really cool introduction to each other. I mean, I do like to occasionally do, like, wild stuff, but definitely not all the time, and there's no expectation. And if you're like, you know what, it's a little too much for me, can we, like, tone it down or whatever, that's totally cool, too.
Right.
It's all about both of us enjoying.
Well, how do you guys feel about going on a second date on us? You know, we're more than happy to pay for it. Maybe something a little
I think you
more
should.
traditional.
We'll try to find a restaurant that has food that's as good as the stuff that you cook at home.
Good
That's
luck.
a tough act to follow.
Do our
Although we
best.
do have some good ones here.
Something comparable at best.
I would love to go
That
out
sounds-
again.
So Courtney's still in. Dennis, what about you?
I would like to as well. I want to get past that weirdness, and I'm sorry I didn't take it better. I do want to go on a second date.
That's okay. That's great.
Cool.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Okay. I love it. Dennis, we appreciate you taking the call. Tell your mom I said hi.
She's going to love it. Thank you.
And Courtney, I'm super stoked for you. You sound awesome, and we appreciate you putting yourself out there. And thanks for coming on Second Date Update.
Oh, thank you guys. You're the best.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.